Welcome to another video. You may have seen the video where I unboxed this Panasonic. It was the cheapest I can find. I think it was £12.99 with £3.95 postage, something like that, listed as not working. So today I'm going to see if I can get any life out of it. It comes with an inline remote, but when I press play that doesn't work. Zoom out a little bit, there we go. And when I press play on the unit, nothing happens. And I quite like this because it's got a door should I say, inside it, or a hole in the door which you can see the disc through. So let's find a disc. And I've always wanted a player that I can see the disc through. So let's just make sure I put a battery in it. I think this one's charged. I have put in there, yep. So we're getting nothing on the battery. No playing at all. So I've got my I've got lots of Panasonic ones actually, about 4 I think. So I've got this one which only works on the battery adapter. And I wonder whether it might be the same problem with this one. So that just goes on there. So that's the 2 contacts for the battery adapter. And it attaches with a thumb screw there. It's working. Let's see if it reads a disc. Well, flipping heck, yes it does. Grab some headphones, see if there's actually any sound out of it. Oh, it's very loud. You can probably hear it actually. Yeah, sounds alright. Can't play too much of that because of copyright reasons. Oh, so that's pretty cool then. One of the reasons I bought it was for this remote. Let's turn it down a bit, it's still loud in my ear. Because I've never seen a remote like this, and I wonder whether it might work on some of my other Minidisc players. So we've got main, and then on the back we've got play mode and equalizer, and display, and forward and back tracks. Yep, that's working. Back is working. Do like that. Do like a red LED. And then we've got a sub. I wonder what that's for. So it goes back to the beginning, but doesn't go forwards when it's on sub. I don't know what sub means, and hold, obviously that speaks for itself. It does say sub, doesn't it? Yeah. So I guess I'll have to look up the manual for that. So it wasn't much of a repair video. Let's see if we can get it working just on the internal battery. Okay, so I've got my 4-pack of Kiddie's toothbrushes from probably Poundland or something like that. So if I fresh one of those. Couldn't be bothered to go and get my white vinegar. But let's take the battery pack off. Let's just check it's not actually working on the main battery. There's a gumstick battery in there, and it's not working just on that. So I think it's probably just a case of cleaning up the contacts. Although it does look like someone's already done that. Now you can see there though, inside there, let's zoom in, focus a little bit. Just in there. So what happens, let me get something to point with, is this is the contact for the positive terminal of the battery, this gold bit here. And the current goes in through the hinge of the unit there. And I found that sometimes that is the thing that's causing it to have a problem. Although on this one, I can't fix it. I think I might have to resolder some of the... there's a blob of solder that goes in... I'll find the torch. if I can see that there. So anyway, that's attached to that. That's better, isn't it? All of that unit in there looks quite manky, doesn't it? So that probably all needs cleaning up. So I might take it to pieces and have a look. Let's see if I can do it just from this. Just want to get it going really. It's a cheap unit. And what I was going to do is perhaps customise it and sand all this down. See if I can get, maybe respray it or whatever. So let's see what bodge we can get to get it fully working right now. I've got my preferred IPA, which a link will be, that's isopropyl alcohol. There'll be a link to that in the description box if you want to buy that from Amazon. You stick loads of that down there for a minute. I'm going to zoom out because it makes it difficult to keep it in shot with a close-up. Yeah, actually, could do with a cotton bud on there, couldn't I? Now, I did have one where I repaired it and I thought it hadn't worked, but it worked better once it had dried out. So what I'm doing is getting the toothbrush in and around that to clean that up as much as possible. Let's get my torch on this. I'd love to spend a lot more money on lighting and stuff like that, but actually it doesn't look too bad. Let me get a cotton bud anyway. I'll be back in a minute. I've just had a look down there. It doesn't look too, it looks a lot better than it did. So I don't think we're going to get much off on this cotton bud. But it will serve to soak up a little bit of the IPA that I've just put down there. I'm not sure whether it will go all the way down. Yeah, probably. Maybe. Yeah, should do. Give that a little spray off camera. It's not going to damage my trademark orange desk. So I sprayed some isopropyl alcohol on the end of the cotton bud, and I'm just getting in to clean off the other contacts which are at the bottom of the battery slot, although I doubt there's much dirt down there. No. Okay, let's have a look and see whether it now works with the just the gumstick battery. Oh, it's thinking about it. Maybe it just needs to dry out a little bit. Well, there you go. Oh, nearly. Okay, so that's almost working. So it seems to be, it could be that there's a lot of resistance. The battery still feels, that battery feels a bit wet now I've got that out. I need to leave it to dry out a little bit, I think. So that's what I'll do, and I'll come back to that in a second. Right, so I put another battery in it. And it seems to be trying to read the tracks now, with no external battery caddy on it. But it can't quite read the tracks. You see that battery's going up and down. I've got a theory as to why this is a problem. So let me just attach, while it's doing that, let me attach the battery pack to it. I have a feeling that the corrosion on there is causing a lot of resistance. Oh, what am I doing here? There it is. The corrosion on the inside of the unit has corroded some of the joints for the solder and is creating too much resistance, and therefore there's not enough power going through for it to read the track. So if I attach the battery pack, the external battery pack, maybe it'll be able to read it. Okay, it's not having any luck, is it? Let's stop it. Try it again. Ooh, error. Okay. No, so maybe that's not the problem. Now, it was working before with the external battery bank, the piggyback battery on it. Yeah, error. So, I've never known a case where cleaning the laser actually helped. So, do you reckon that needs cleaning? And I did clean one to death once. I cleaned it so much it didn't work afterwards. So what I'm going to do is just get my cotton bud in there and see if I can give that a little clean up. With a bit of IPA on it. Just a little bit. I don't like cleaning these lasers with a cotton bud. See all those fibres on the cotton bud? They can easily get snagged around it. And there's some tiny little wires that make it float in there. They actually make the laser go keep the track of the disc in focus with the laser. So they zoom around a little bit, move side to side as the disc moves side to side. And you don't want to knock one of those things off, because that's why I ruined one Minidisc player once. I was cleaning it too vigorously and knocked the laser out of alignment. And that's a real shame, because that was working before. So, do you have any ideas? What is going wrong here? It was working before and now it's not. It was working with some before, but now it's not. So what on earth have I done? So if you know, let me know. And if I can find out, I'll let you know. Thanks a lot. Okay, in the next video I actually get this player fixed. But what do you think is wrong with it? Put your comments in the comments box and we'll see who's right in the next video. Thanks.